Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode on this channel. And today we are going to be looking at the next 5 episode titles for the Flash Season 8 and my prediction for what those episodes will be about and impacting the season and and just my overall predictions for them. Before I continue, I do want to say that all the episodes that I am going to be talking about do not have synopsises at the time, so they're all just strictly my opinion and my prediction. They are not exactly what's actually going to be happening in the video. I may be very close or I may be totally off. So we just have to wait and see. Next thing is this is my second or third video, depending on whatever time or the date that I am posting it, ever, making a video, second or third. So if I do, mess up here and there, just know that I am still trying to test everything out and, look at everything. So I am very excited though that I am starting to make videos. I'm trying to do videos twice a week, so I'm very excited for that. So let's begin with the titles. So at the time I'm making this video, the most recent episode that did come out was episode 9 of The Flash, which is Phantoms. Now, you may be seeing this either after that, maybe another episode has come out, or maybe this is the most recent episode. Again, for me personally, at the time of recording, episode 9, Phantoms, was the most recent episode. And spoilers alert ahead, that episode did have a lot with the storyline of, the Flash of this, brand new storyline, and did have a whole lot of, I guess you could say, what's the correct term? A big storyline episode for what's to come in the future graphic novel. Speaking of graphic novel, this is graphic novel number 6. We do not have a set name, as I know of it, for this graphic novel. Like it's not named like, fire, whatever. It's just strictly called, as of right now, graphic novel number 6. We don't know, maybe if they announce a name, then it will spoil it for people, but we're not really sure. We do not have a name. So I am, obviously, there is 2 more episodes at the time of recording that I could go over for their titles, but instead I'm going to be skipping over those 2, and I'm actually just going to be starting with episode 12 through episode 16. So I could include 10 and 11 for those episodes, but I'm not going to, because those episode titles have been released for a little while now. Instead, I want to be, straight with the most recent news, and that is why just a day or 2 ago, at the time of I am recording, episode 12 through 16 titles did come out, so that's why I'm going to be covering those. So episode 12 title here on the screen right now, you will see, is Death Rises. So Death Rises, and I might as well just say episode 11, which is Death Falls. So those 2 episodes are pretty interesting to talk about. Now, before I continue, I do want to say that this does seem like it definitely could be a 2-part episode, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it needs to be. Doesn't mean so. Like, for example, they sometimes, what the Flash does is they sometimes have 2-part episodes where it's like kind of like play on words like this. Like you have Death Rises and then you have Death Falls, and it's just they're taking out the word rises and replacing with falls. So it seems like it's obviously a continuation, but it doesn't directly say part 1 and part 2, because like, for example, in the Flash season 6, so the Flash season 6, they did have for episode 7, it was titled The Last Temptation of Barry Allen Part 1. And then the following episode, episode 8, was The Last Temptation of Barry Allen Part 2. So it directly said Part 1 and Part 2. While this episode doesn't say Death Rises Part 1, Death Falls Part 2, then it does seem that it will have a little bit of a different, may not be, I mean, it could play off of each other, but doesn't seem like it's actually going to be that, that big of, a continuation, I guess you could say. So then I do think, because I'm trying to find it, and then I'm pretty sure another time this also happened. Let me see. Yeah, this is almost the exact same. So then to go back to talking about this, we did actually get this same kind of type of thing that's more more where are we? We are right here, yeah. So from season 2 of The Flash, episode 13 was Welcome to Earth 2, while episode 14 was Escape from Earth 2. So they were both like the same Earth 2 type, but one's Welcome, one's Escape. And this is the same thing where it's, Death Rises then Death Falls. So it does seem like these two episodes do, have that kind of connection together. What they are about, I'm not sure. All we do know is that episode 11, Death Rises, and episode 12. Well, for sure, episode 11, it is confirmed that Robbie Amell as Ronnie Raymond as Firestorm will be in confirmed episode 11, Death Rises. And then Death Falls, it is more than likely, more than 90% sure that he will also be in Death Falls, the following episode. And I am not sure how accurate this website is exactly. I will be posting it in the link in the description, but it does say that in the episode where were we? Yes, in episode 13, Death Falls, it does say that Jessica Parker Candy as Nora West Allen /XS is going to be in the episode. I am not sure. I've not heard that before. So, but maybe so, maybe yes, maybe it's like a flashback. I'm not quite sure, but we just have to wait and see until the episode does get released. So then we have episode 14. So episode 14 is Funeral for a Friend. So funeral for a friend could mean multiple things. Now, I think it is kind of concerning that this is, an episode title name. I am not quite sure what what that what this funeral or what friend this funeral will be for. We just have to again wait and see. One thing is could it be a side character, like for example like Chillblaine? Like we still know him, to us he's still a friend, but he's not a main character in the Flash. He's not a main cast member. So I mean, I think a lot of people would still be sad to see if he did die, and we would have a funeral for him. But I don't think it could either be someone like that we do know but isn't really a series regular, or could be someone that is a series regular, which would be kind of disappointing. If I did have to give my prediction on who it could be, if it was an actual series regular, I don't think it has been confirmed that any characters are actually leaving the show this season. Yeah, I don't think any characters are. So one option that it could be Frost. And the reason it could be her is because, even though Frost is leaving doesn't mean Caitlin is. And since they're both played by Danielle Panabaker, I don't think, it really, you could say that Frost is leaving, but Caitlin isn't. And then you still wouldn't say that, okay, well, Danielle Panabaker is leaving the show because technically she's not. She's just, not playing a certain character anymore. So we do just have to wait and see for that. If that is the case, I guess that's the only one that I do think of. Another thing too is for this episode, we do know that Candice Patton, aka Iris West Allen, she is going to be taking a break. She was taking a break from filming and won't be. And I think it maybe 2 or 3, or she won't be in a couple episodes for the Flash season 8 around this time. So it could be the funeral could maybe be Iris, and then she's not going to be there because it is confirmed that she won't be there for a couple of episodes, and they somehow maybe bring her back, forever, whoever that may be. And I think this is a good reason to point out that I do think that this will be the final episode in this graphic novel, because a lot of people are saying that they think Death Rises and Death Falls are going to be a 2-parter finale for this graphic novel, which I don't think, because I think The Funeral for a Friend episode 14 will be, because I do think it's a little bit weird if you have episode 13 Death Falls and then right after to start a new graphic novel you have Funeral for a Friend. Like, I feel like Funeral for a Friend seems more like an ending than a starting. So I do think that that would be, the end of that story arc, because that title Funeral for a Friend seems way more like an ending than a beginning. And next we do have 15 and 16, which we were confirmed that the structure of the season would be that we would have the first 5 episodes of season 8 will be the Armageddon event, which would be our first graphic novel. Then we would have some interlude episodes for to break up the Armageddon and graphic novel number 6. And then we would have 2 more, or maybe even 3 more interlude episodes. And then we would have our final graphic novel. So you have graphic novel, interlude, graphic novel, interlude, graphic novel. And then that would be the end of the season. So after that, we do have our 2 interlude episodes, which are episode 15 and 16. Episode 15 being Into the Still Force, and then episode 16 being The Curious Case of Bartholomew Allen. So I think it is good to mention that Into the Still Force is going to be directed by Eric Wallace, the showrunner, his very first directorial debut on The Flash. And then episode 16 is actually going to be directed by Katie Lotz, who plays Sarah Lance on Arrow and on Legends of Tomorrow. So she may be making a cameo, but those are the 2 confirmed filler episodes. Maybe episode 17 is a filler episode. We are not sure. But in terms of the episode title names for Into the Still Force, we are not sure, what I'm really not sure what that would be, would be, you could say, having. So, what that could be having in the episode. So it is kind of, is a little bit interesting, that title name, Into the Still Force. And the next is The Curious Case of Bartholomew Allen. Now, these 2, usually filler episodes, or I should say interlude episodes, are a little bit boring, but these 2 episodes seem fairly interesting. Like, I feel like they don't, even though, like, that's kind of like, for example, our previous 2 interlude episodes this season, the Impulsive Excessive Disorder, episode 6, which was with the excess and Nora Allen, and then episode 7, which was Lockdown, which was the episode where Barry, told Kristen Kramer that, he is the Flash. Those were both filler episodes, or interlude episodes, as the Flash likes to call it. But they were both, like, I feel like fairly okay episodes. And same with these 2, like Into the Still Force, The Curious Case of Bartholomew Allen. They both seem very interesting. So I'm excited to see kind of what those episodes will be talking about. And now I did actually include episode 17 on here, even though it does not have an episode name. I did want to mention it because it is directed by Danielle Panabaker, which is kind of exciting because that means there are 3 episodes in a row is directed by one Eric Wallace, then Katie Lotz, who plays Sarah Lance, and then Danielle Panabaker, who plays Frost / Caitlin. So it's all people that we know for the 3, in a row episodes. So I did just want to mention that, even though it does not have an episode title name, Danielle Panabaker is directing that episode. And with that, that is the end of my video for the Flash Season 8, Episode 12 through Episode 16 title reveals. So I really hope all of you guys did enjoy. I want everyone to please stay safe, stay awesome, and most importantly, stay yourself. Goodbye, guys.